Hey everybody, RockPaperMario here, and welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon Blue, the Complete Pokédex Edition, and this episode promises to actually be the final part of the Let's Play, because if you look right here, we've seen 150 Pokemon and we own 149, so all that's left is for us to see and capture Mewtwo and to actually capture Chansey. And in order to accomplish that, we are going to be heading to the wondrous unknown dungeon. I know it's supposed to be called Cerulean Cave now, apparently, but I don't ever remember back in the day, as in when this game was out first and when we were playing through it first, I don't ever remember it being called Cerulean Cave. I just remember it being called the Unknown Dungeon all the time. Or else it was just never called anything in this game. That's very possible as well. Like, I don't think they ever even give it a name in this game, actually, do they? I know they, like, mention it. They're like, I hear there's a cave near Cerulean, or whatever, and that's filled with, like, really powerful Pokemon. I'm pretty sure that's, like, the only time you ever hear about it. But otherwise, they never really talk about it all that much, do they? And I think it's only like in Fire Red and Leaf Green where then they're like, oh, this is the Cerulean Cave or whatever, because it's not even in Gold and Silver, they don't even mention it. And like, there's nothing over there, so there's no cave whatsoever, so... As I say, I always call it the Unknown Dungeon, because that's what it's called to me. As you can see, we have our new and improved Teru because of after our ridiculous, like, evolutionary rampage, like that's what it was, like the evolutionary rampage of the last video. I might as well pick this up while I'm passing by, just in case we need to drink the elixir. Like now, whenever I hear that song, like that not that you ever hear that song, it's like that, not that you ever hear that song, that Drink the Elixir song by, I think the band is called Salad. Or else the band is called Fruit Salad, maybe? I don't know. But now whenever I hear that song, not only do I think of Elixir in my LPs, I think of, like, Elixir in that song that Hedonia37 made for me, where it's like, drink the elixir, drink the elixir, drink, and just goes on like that, and he has it, like, all, like, strangely, like, layered up and warped. So I'm actually going ahead and using, like, a repel here, because we're actually going to start being able to encounter Chansey on this floor, and on the floor, and on the basement floor. But the thing is, like, the highest level Pokemon that you actually encounter here is Chansey. Well, I think there are, like, a couple of others, I think Ditto as well, but otherwise, Chansey is the only Pokemon that's above level 55 on this floor. They get to even higher levels on, like, the basement floor then, obviously, because you're going down to where, like, the really strong monsters are, or whatever. Including Mewtwo himself, who we're going to be seeing in a second here. But I really need to start trying to run into a Chansey. This might be... No, it's a Parasect. I need you like I need a hole in the head. I've already got body. Might it be an idea, with a view to running into Chansey, to actually stay up here on the... Because this is like the ground floor, to stay up here on the first floor? That might actually be an idea, just to make use of, like, the super repel trick. And why am I walking? I should be on a bicycle here. Even though I do like being able to listen to, like, the Silphco music or whatever. That's definitely, like, a bonus, which just makes it seem even more creepy. I've got 6 super repels here. I hope I run into one with one of them. And here we go, exactly what I don't want. A Ditto. You better let me run away from you. Thank you. But yeah, this trick will work. As I say, Ditto and Chansey should theoretically be the only Pokemon I'm able to run into down here. Or up here, rather. It's so strange to think of this as being above the floor you enter when you go in. There we go! There's the dented beetle! It looks like that picture of, like, Mrs. Puff that SpongeBob and Patrick drew. Or that Patrick drew and blamed it on SpongeBob in boating school. And then it shows her and it's like, so this is what you think I look like! Like that. just gonna go ahead and paralyze it. I know this will take forever, like wearing it down by using Thunderbolt, but I'd prefer to do that than end up killing it, because even though this thing has a lot of HP, its physical defense is absolutely terrible, so that's not going to do much damage either, so that's the thing. I don't want to end up killing it by accident. And if it's going to be using Double Edge, I might even... especially if it's going to be using Double Edge, I might actually start throwing balls at it when it gets down to yellow damage. Okay. I'm just going to use one more Thunderbolt, and then I might actually start trying to catch this thing. Maybe just one more. Even though that critical hit scared the bejesus out of me. See, now it's going to start using Double Edge again, and as I say, the total recoil damage, I don't really need that ruining my day. No, Master Ball, you're not for this thing, you're for Mewtwo, because... because isn't that just a done thing, using the Master Ball on Mewtwo? That was it? Chansey was caught? Like, seriously, why would you ever try and catch this thing in the Safari Zone? Like, I have no idea. A rare and elusive Pokemon that is said to bring happiness to those who manage to get it. Do you want to give a nickname to Chansey? Yeah, I will. I might as well call it Mrs. Puff at this stage, seeing as that's what I was calling it. Well, no, I want to go to lowercase, not a space. Mrs. Puff. I wonder what happened to Mr. Puff. It just shows a lamp being turned on. I actually did have a Mr. Puff in the Pokemon Silver LP, remember? I had Mr. Puff who was a Quillfish, Mrs. Puff, there we go. Let's have a look at this thing. How much HP does it even have? 358 HP, and it's not even, and it's only like half the level it could be. Like, they get up to like, what, like 680, 700 HP when they get up to level 100. It's absolutely ridiculous, but anyway, there's Chansey caught. Like as I say, this is just so much easier than trying to get into this in the Safari Zone. Thank you, by the way, to people who explained. Oh my god, it's the Raichu that ate the Bronx, or it's like it had too many Twinkies, is what it did. It's like, that's a big Twinkie. It's like there's like that one part in Ghostbusters where they're making that analogy between like the size of what's going to happen and a Twinkie, and then Winston Zeddemore, because that's his name, like was Winston Zeddemore says, "That's a big Twinkie," like that. Well, he doesn't say it exactly like that. He's like, is this even the right place? Yeah, I need to go down here to the left. He's like, "That's a big Twinkie." I can just take out you and your strange, like, schlumpy, scrunched up self with one surf attack. Can't believe this is going to be the last episode, and it's going to be, like, really... And not well, it is going to be anticlimactic, because all I'm going to do is toddle right on up to Mewtwo and use the Master Ball on it. But then isn't that always the way? Like, my Pokemon Silver LP was a little bit like that as well, where first of all, catching Lugia was a breeze, and then I climb all the way up to the top of Tin Tower, and it's like, this epic journey to the top of the tower, and then, Joan, I have no time for dealing with the likes of you, especially if you're going to be slashing my ass. And first of all, how is a Parasect faster than me, even if it is level 64? That's only like 9 levels higher than me. Like, how is that even allowed to be the case? It's like, you tried to make a dupe out of me! I haven't used that in a long time. That was, I'm pretty sure I used that most of all in Paper Mario, because you have to dupe the ghosts or whatever. And so they just, and not only are they ghosts, so they look like the Oogie Boogie Man, but it's like the fact that the name Dupe is in their name, like Dupeless. So it's like, you tried to make a dupe out of me! Also, you are faster than me. Obviously Teru has been having too many Twinkies as well. If like a scrunched up, like roundy Rhydon is faster than her as well. This is a good experience. Yeah, now we're growing up in levels. We're getting even bigger. We're getting harder, better, faster, stronger. I'm going to use this with full restore. Because I don't need no dragging its sorry ass around, being paralyzed and down to red health here. Or red bar. As that guy calls it in that one, as that guy calls it in that one speed run I'm always talking about. And yeah, it's like there's not even going to be credits now at the end of this. Like, it's just going to be like, oh, I caught it. Oh, there we go. Well, I suppose what I'll do is I'll go and visit Professor Oak, I guess, will I? And get him to evaluate my Pokedex when it's complete and go and, like, see the guy in Celadon City. Like, that's going to be our ending. But it's like capturing the final Pokemon is going to just be not a letdown, but it's not exactly going to be an ultimate showdown of ultimate destiny or anything like that. So then, like, the other way, normally there's that whole, like, period during the credits where you're able to talk about, like, the journey of the LP and everything like that. Like, that's not even going to happen, really, is it? Unless I, like, take my time going to Celadon City or going to Pallet Town or whatever, which that'd be nice as well, actually. Just have a final visit. And here we go. Hey, punk! And geez, he does look like a punk. Well, no, he doesn't look like a punk, he just looks like really emaciated or something, like extremely unhealthy. Well, how about you take a load off here and get inside this Master Ball. The Master Ball! And Mewtwo was caught. And with that, new Pokedex data is added for Mewtwo, the genetic Pokemon. It was created by a scientist after years of horrific gene splicing and DNA engineering experiments. Yes, I do, even though I don't know what to call it. I remember I called it Bono in the Pokemon Yellow LP. Well, I have Mew is called Pussy Riot. So I don't know if that should have, like, something. I'll call this one Cat Power. Cat Power. No, not Caw. Will Cat Power fit in with a space? Yeah, it will. Brilliant. Cat Power. And with that, we actually have, like, it's strange, like, as I said, it's like an anticlimactic feeling almost, but look, Scene 151, Own 151, and with that, I have successfully completed the Generation 1 Pokedex in an entirely legitimate way, because, as I say, like, Mew doesn't count because it's not part of the original Pokedex anyway, I guess. Even if Mew was caught in, like, an illegitimate manner. New species, so rare that it is still said to be a miracle by many experts, or a myth, or I don't know, I didn't even read it. And that's that. That's the complete Pokedex. So I guess all that's left to do is to get the hell out of Dodge here. And to do two things that I have never got to do before. I don't know what we're doing here. And one of them is going to be, well, do you know what? We might as well just, like, take the bike here. Seeing as we're in Fuchsia City and I want to go to, well, no, I want to go to Professor Oak first. And get my Pokedex evaluated and show him my complete Pokedex and see how proud he is of me. Well, no, that's Gary's house. I should go to Gary and be like, look at this lame brain, and just, like, shove it into his face. Or else just tackle him to the ground and be, like, on top of him, like, beating the living daylights out of him. Hey, Professor O. Good to see you. How is your Pokedex coming? Here, let me take a look. Pokedex completion is 151 Pokemon seen, 151 Pokemon owned. It's localized entirely within your kitchen. Professor Oak's rating. Your Pokedex is entirely complete. Congratulations. That's it? Congratulations? That's all he says? It's like, that's all he says is congratulations. He doesn't even say remarkable. It's like, geez, he gets more excited when I take like a good photograph in, Pokemon Snap than when I complete the entire Pokedex. I suppose what I could do is like go and, I was going to like manually cycle to Celadon City. Can we still do it? Well, we'd have to go through Mount Moon, wouldn't we? Well, that's not too big a deal, I guess. Let's do it. We've got the repels. We can, like, cycle to Celadon City. Plus, it'll be, like, as I say, we don't get, like, the credits to be able to wax lyrical about the LP journey that we've been on or anything like that, so I'm going to use this opportunity to say what I would have said during the credits. First of all, I want to thank everybody who watched and enjoyed. Oh, we have to go through Viridian Forest as well, don't we? Well, no, we don't, because we have ducks. We have the mighty ducks pulling through for us all this way. Even in the final episode of the LP, the mighty ducks is showing that Farfetch'd is an exceedingly useful Pokemon to have. Well, no, this is actually going to be even easier, because I can go through Diglett Cave. It's like, screw going through Mount Moon. It's like, who needs that? So yeah, thank you to everybody who stuck with, watched, enjoyed this LP. Thank you to everyone for being there with me when the tragedy occurred that was my original cartridge becoming erased. And I don't think I can end off this LP without once again extending a personal thank you and an immense display of gratitude to Empolo18, without whom I would never have been able to accomplish the complete Pokedex. As I said in that return episode, the first episode that I did after returning from that having occurred, it was an amazingly human display of selflessness and friendship that I don't think I'll ever forget, because it was just so unbelievable. As someone who has done all the grinding and done all the catching and done all of the training and done all of the battling, I can tell you firsthand the time investment for this LP has been more than any other LP I have ever done, except maybe Final Fantasy VI, which had an awful lot of time invested in it as well. But knowing that Empolo18 went through all of that, not even for himself, but for me, is absolutely mind-blowing. So as I say, as we head on into Celadon Mansion to go and see what's up here, and actually I didn't even show this off yet, but there's actually more interesting characters to talk to in here. As I enter into Celadon Mansion to go and visit the game developers and see what they have to say about my accomplishment, I really do think it isn't just my accomplishment, it's a shared accomplishment between the two of us, because as I say, I would never have been able to do it without Empolo18, so thank you so very much. This guy from Game Freak, I presume, wrote the story. Isn't Erica cute? I like Misty a lot too. Oh, so you must have based that old man outside the Celadon gym on yourself, is that it? You inserted yourself into the story. Here they are toiling away. Me, I'm the programmer, and I got sunglasses. He looks like one of the burglars or something. I'm the graphic artist. I drew you. Okay. And here's the man himself. Wow, excellent. You completed your Pokédex. Congratulations. Diploma. Player Harry, congrats. This diploma certifies that you have completed your Pokédex. Signed, Game Freak. And there's a picture of me on it. Like, as I say, I might as well just leave this up here to bring us out here. This LP, I know it has been running for quite a long time, I know it's had its ups and downs, but I am so... Not only am I really proud of having created this, but I feel like it was like such a personal and relaxed and easygoing LP as well. Like, I feel like it was a very Harry kind of Let's Play experience. Like, it really was. It does encapsulate everything I try to do in Let's Plays normally, and something that people aren't really doing anymore, to be honest. So I was so delighted to be able to do this and show the love to an amazing game that has been such a huge part of my life. So, was there anything I would have changed? If I were to change anything, it would be to reconsider the decision I made to actually evolve or train and evolve every single Pokemon. So, for example, when I caught Zubat, I decided, okay, well, I know I can catch Golbat, but I'm going to train this Zubat and evolve it. And instead of catching Slowbro or Rhydon, I was going to train them up and evolve them. And like, that had its plus points and it had its downsides. Like the upsides of it were that I got to use other Pokemon and show them off and kind of bring some variety into the Let's Play, which is something I always love to do. The downside was that, like, for that last video, the clip show that I made, that, like, there was all the hours of grinding that led up to it, the hours upon hours that led up to it. And not only that, like, and just to give you an idea, just leveling each of the Pokemon one more level up, and leveling up Woog and Cutty-Wutty from Ivysaur to Venusaur, and Charmeleon to Charizard, that alone took 3.5 hours. That's how long, I did 3 recording sessions of that. So, that'll give you an idea of just how much of a time investment was involved in this Let's Play. So, I think I might have reconsidered in some cases, unless I really wanted to use that Pokemon, maybe just catching the evolution as well. So maybe catching Rhydon in the Unknown Dungeon and things like that, because I don't think I really gained all too much out of some of the Pokemon, like some of the Pokemon training them instead of and evolving them instead of just capturing them. But as I say, I think doing it the way I did was more of an accurate depiction of how I usually like to do my projects, so I'm happy I did it that way in the end. Otherwise, as I say, thank you so much for watching Let's Play Pokemon Blue to complete Pokédex Edition. Now that I've completed this, it's full steam ahead with Shenmue II. I haven't 100% decided yet whether I'm just going to do Shenmue II on its own, or whether I'm going to run something else alongside it. I'm still making my mind up on that. Just in case any of you guys have an opinion, let me know. And just so you guys know what games I would be considering playing if I were to run something alongside it, I'm thinking of things like Mother 1 or Shadow of the Colossus, because I haven't played that in such a long time. Captain Toad Treasure Tracker is also something I'm considering just because I love it. But also like some of the older Sonic games, like Sonic Triple Trouble and things like that, like they would be quite short. As well, do you know what, I should probably go ahead and fucking go do Long Live the Queen. I've been talking about that game for probably about the last 5 years, so I might as well go and do that. And there's Coming Out on Top, there's Machinarium, Botanicula, A Bird Story, Finding Paradise. There's so many games that I would love to LP, so if you want to see anything in particular, including anything I've listed right there, let me know. If you want to just see me do Shenmue 2, let me know as well. Otherwise, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye now.